TilBuci is a tool capable of producing various forms of interactive content. In this video playlist, we will follow the creation of one of these types of production, a narrative game. We will create a game prototype to test ideas that may, in the future, evolve into an actual game. The name of our prototype is rgbU, rgbU Universe, which tells the story of the discovery of a parallel universe where everything that exists is light and all matter is composed of a combination of colors. This newly discovered universe contains various riches to be explored, and we will follow one of the pioneers of the exploration of this new place, facing some obstacles along the way. The structure is that of a traditional narrative game, where the players will go through texts, dialogues, and choices that will lead them to the conclusion of a story. As part of the narrative resources, we will use the inventory management and card battle systems available in TilBuci in order to bring more richness to our narrative. Before we continue, a warning about the use of generative AI in this content. The purpose of this version of rgbU is to create a prototype to validate ideas and functionalities, not to create a finished game. In this way, the use of AI can be of great help, speeding up production, but remember that in the creation of a real game, even if AI resources are of great value, nothing replaces the rich and creative work of the various professionals in the game industry. Let's start our production by installing TilBuci. Remember that the tool is free, open-source software that can be freely downloaded from the project's website or code repository. For this playlist, we will use the web version of TilBuci. You can download and use the desktop version for Windows, Mac OS, or Linux both to follow this playlist and to create your own projects. But in this tutorial, we will explore some of the server tools available in the TilBuci web installations. We will draw attention to the moments when we use these server resources in the video so that if you are following along using the desktop version, you will notice the differences. Start by going to the TilBuci website at tilbuci.com, BR and access latest version, which always provides links to the most recent version in the tool's repository. Go to the bottom of the page and download it. We will use the web installer in this video playlist, but you can also use the desktop version if you wish. The following steps follow the installation on a web server. If you have opted for the desktop software, simply decompress it on your computer and use it. No installation or technical knowledge is required to get started. In that case, you can skip to the next video in this playlist. For the web version, we will need to create a database on our MariaDB or MySQL server. If you're experienced in installing web software, you will notice that the process is quite similar to installing other common tools such as WordPress or Joomla. Once our database is prepared, we will copy the contents of the web installer to the public folder of our web server. Here, we will use an FTP transfer of the already unzipped files. Once the transfer is complete, access the setup PHP script using your browser. A reminder, always try to install TilBuci on secure servers with HTTPS enabled so that all functionalities are available. Filling out the installation form is simple. First, indicate the path to access the database on multiple servers localhost, also specifying the access port, usually left blank. This information is provided by your web service provider. Then enter the database name and the username and password for the access. Finally, enter your email address and leave the multi-user option selected in access mode to ensure that a password is required when accessing TilBuci. Click the Check Information and Install button to proceed. If all the information is correct, TilBuci will be installed quickly on your server, and you will see this success message. Access the TilBuci editor at the installed address by adding /editor to the URL. You will see the tool's login screen. Here, enter the email used during setup and enter the word password as your initial password. In the software's left menu, click the Setup button and, in the Settings window, under the Your Account tab, change the initial password to your desired one, then click the Set New Password button. This concludes the first stage of our playlist. Save the address you used to access the editor in your TilBuci installation. It will serve as your access point, as well as that of everyone else involved in the production.